Really sad. I hope they just put more creativity into this. But anyway, let's move straight to our next story. In the midst of the ongoing fuel scarcity in the country, efforts are ongoing by the federal government to explore opportunities in sustainable and cleaner energy sources. In furtherance of this agenda, the federal government handed over 20 compressed natural gas CNG buses to the Oyo State government. Now, speaking on the development, the Chief Executive Officer and the Program Director of the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, Michael Oluwagbemi, noted that the state is a fitting place to launch the CNG program. Let's share this story with you.
Residents of Oyo State may now begin to enjoy low transportation costs with the distribution of this set of compressed natural gas buses to the state. This set of 20 CNG vehicles is the maiden distribution by the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, aimed at alleviating the burden of high transportation costs amongst residents of Oyo State following the removal of fuel subsidy. They were received on behalf of the state by the management of the Oyo State Pacesetter Transport Service.
That the cost of transportation will start to moderate, especially on the routes where these buses are running. We expect and we have the confidence in the Pacesetter Transport Services. So as we start this program in Oyo State, we are taking this program to Lagos State tomorrow. Next week, we'll be taking this program to FCT and taking it to Kwara State. And that's how we're going to be covering all the states of Nigeria in the next 24 months.
The buses are expected to be managed efficiently to enable the federal government to repay and acquire more vehicles in the future.
In the first phase of this program, we are getting about over just 500 buses. As these buses are being used and commuters are paying for it, part of that goes into a fund that can then be used to buy more buses. So that way we are also creating jobs, because these buses, as you're seeing them here, were assembled in Nigeria.
Chairman of the Pacesetter Transport Service commended the initiative and described it as a strategic solution to numerous challenges facing the country.
I'm receiving these buses on behalf of the Governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, who has keyed into this project. And when you are asking for sustainability or the maintenance of all buses, in Oyo State, we are leading and we are the best in what we do. And that is why they are now subscribing to that interest. We have put so many things in place, then I believe that we can sustain it in Oyo State.
As Oyo State embraces this eco-friendly transport solution, residents look forward to enhanced mobility, low emissions and reduced transport costs. Olaide Oyewole, TVC News, Ibadan.
Start with you, Yinka. The federal government giving 20 CNG buses to Oyo State. Talk to me, what are the impacts? What's the impact of this initiative to Oyo State, not just Oyo State, but to Nigeria as a whole?
Well, ordinarily, we might look at it that is 20 in a state like that is small, but you take a little step, it is from a little step that the giant leap will come. My worry, however, is how many CNG filling stations do we have?
Filling stations?
Yes. The modality for filling the gas. Yes. For instance, if it is to travel, I guess now it will be just intra-state now. It won't be inter. Okay, if it is to travel intra-state from one end of the state to the other, if it is fuel and you are running low on fuel, you can easily enter a filling station and get fuel. How many CNG filling stations have been opened? Those are the issues that we also need to talk about. So the deployment is good and it's fine, but we also need to focus on that very well, so that we don't want to solve a problem and create another. That's it.
Biko, let me come to you here. Don't you think the CNG buses initiative is taking too long to materialize?
Yes, yes. Money was not released on time.
Okay.
After the president announced, made that major announcement that they were going to roll out the CNG buses, CNG tricycles, and all that. They did not release money on time. And then the crash in the value of our currency completely made implementation of the president's directive difficult, because at the time when the president made that announcement, Naira was exchanging at below 900 Naira.
Yes.
You know, because it came early in the administration. But money was not released on time. So the entire complexion has changed. You cannot now talk to vendors that you had begun talking to at the time when the exchange rate was 900 or
below
so,
1,000.
Below 1,000 to
what it is now.
You know, the whole thing changed. So they are now gradually trying to acquire those buses. There are high-capacity buses that they've also distributed to some states, even National Assembly.
Yeah.
They distributed high-capacity
NNPC
buses.
also donated.
You know, so they are trying to also use Nigerian companies.
Okay.
Innocent, for example.
Okay.
Innocent is involved because the president said, yes, we want Nigerian companies. So I've seen Innocent, I've even seen some of their own CNG buses. So that is enhancing capacity within our country and trying to solve the problem. Because if you allow Innocent to produce CNG powered buses, for example, you'll be able to save time. Because if you were to bring this from abroad, the cost of clearing and also other things, there will be delay in terms of when you are even going to receive those consignments, and then you also have to clear them. And before you know it, several months gone. So they are trying to see how they can use Nigerian companies, you know, and the same thing, even electric vehicles. There is some progress along that line. God is good. Chidi Ajero, who is a member of the Presidential Advisory Committee on the Economy, he produces electric vehicles as well. You know, he's also an assembler of automobiles in our country.
Some states have
started. Some states have begun to even buy from him. I saw Delta State. I saw when they went to present electric vehicles to Delta State. Electric vehicles are just similar to
the
CNG because they are much cheaper to run and they are friendlier to the
atmosphere
environment. So this, in my view, is the way to go. Remember what the governor of Borno State did? Bought electric powered cars. And those cars are being used as taxis in Borno State. And people pay 50 Naira to take a ride because our people are poor. That one is comfortable does not mean it should not remember the poor in our society. And with this, because they will be able to save a lot of money. And transportation will be cheaper because that's where the president has discovered that a lot of the fuel consumption, you know, goes to vehicle interstate transportation and all that. So with the gas, I mean, what is it?
CNG.
Yes, with the CNG powered buses, transportation, commuting itself will be a lot cheaper because I think you'll be able to save a lot of money that you could have spent buying petrol. So I believe that these buses will be cheap sources of commuting for our people.
All right then, journalist hangout continues after this.